Alright guys, so we got rid of the Range Rover, purchased a Escalade Platinum. It is a used one. I'm going to do a review on it just because we have it. I'm going to go over some of the transitions, what I've noticed in the 6.2 from V4 to V8. This one's an all-wheel drive model also, and it's four-wheel drive, so I'm going to go over some of those features and go over some of the menus and some of the stuff inside the vehicle. Alright guys, sorry it's a little windy today. When you walk up to this vehicle, you will notice it does have passive entry. Like most, that's locked to unlock it, and hit it again to unlock. If you look at the door panel here, you've got your seat memory settings there. You've got your child door lock and window lock, power windows, mirror settings, lock and unlock, pretty standard. You do have the platinum lighted door seals on this unit. It does have the Bose sound system, and then it has the very adjustable seats. I can't tell you how many ways. And then if you look here, you also will see it has the massaging seat feature. It's part of the Platinum edition. Here is your parking brake. This is your light dimmer, your light switch, auto, on, off. And this is your four-wheel drive, and you can run an auto on the highway. That's 4 high and 4 low. For your heads-up display, which actually projects on the windshield. Get in the car. Start the car up for you. If you look here, it's got the cruise settings, steering wheel heater, phone, just speak, Siri, and that's your distance on your adaptive cruise. Over here, this is for all your menus up in the dash. You can adjust the things you want to see. You can clip through most of that. One of the things I did want to show y'all on this one is I wanted to go to the trip meter and show y'all. Now this includes idle time, you know, everything. So there's basically 50,000 miles on that trip meter, and it's showing 17.1 miles per gallon as an average, and that includes idle time and everything. Y'all, that's pretty impressive for a 6.2 V8. So further into the video, I go into more detail on that, but did want to point that out. Fuel range 291 miles. It's got almost 3/4 of a tank. Full life, tire pressures, and then back where we were. So looking at this here, we've got the auto windshield wipers, your rear, front, all the settings for those, and the washers. Standard shifter's got Soho mode here on the end. It's got the you can see the trailer there. Then you can put it in manual. And this will show you that it is the 8-speed transmission. If you see down there, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And that's the last gear. Go back to park. Standard start-stop button, CD player. Pretty standard on the features there. Sorry, my radar detector's in the way. Going along these buttons here, these are your steps. For the outside, you push that, it deploys the power steps. That pulls back in. These are for adjustable pedals. This is for tour and sport mode. If you go to sport, it actually stiffens the suspension, and I believe the 4-cylinder mode does not work in sport. Over here, if you look, you've got your glove box, parking sensors, lane assist, keep, and traction control. We go into the home feature here. It'll give you the settings, weather, climate, Pandora. This car does have Apple Carplay, which is really nice. Then you've got your video, your cameras, all those other settings in here. Drop into settings. This is where you can set your valet mode, your convenience features, CarPlay, things like that. So then going up top up here, we've got the 1-star buttons and controls. You've got Home Link in the top console. This is for your rear door. You can set whether you want how far you want it to open. That is for your sunroof. Lights on with the door, or completely off. And that is to cancel recirculate on the rear AC unit. This one does have a standard sunroof. One thing here is it does have the charger here. This charger does not work on iPhones, the new iPhones. So you can order, it's a new module that goes under this console, and it will update that. I've got one of those on order. When it comes in, I'll shoot a quick video on how to do that. The one thing this car does also come with, if you see here, it's got an ice chest in the console, or it's not really, it's a refrigerator. And I believe it also refrigerates the cup holders on the bottom also. So that's a basic rundown of the front. And if you notice on the Platinum Editions, it does have the felt top, felt roof. And that's the back of the car. Then here, stepping into the back seat, I think this car came with these factory, which is really nice. Single disc players, it does have a wired headset. And then for the top, this is part of the main entertainment center on the car. It does have a drop-down TV with a remote. You have your rear AC controls if you want to put your Pandora stick or your, not Pandora, Netflix, Hulu, whatever TV stick, you can put it in there and stream. It's got a 12-volt cigarette lighter here, and it has a 110 plug there. If you look here, it does have the lighted platinum seals, and then these seats do fold up with the clip in the back. So when you come to the back of the car here, these are for the two front seats to fold up and fold down if you want to fold those up. And then these right here are electronic, and they actually fold this back seat flat for you. So you now have a flat floor. You want to fold them back up, go the other direction. They come back up, and then I've got some bags in here, but there's also storage under here. And you'll see the lid to the ice chest in the console, some wireless headphones for the entertainment center, and some wired headphones over there for the headrest entertainment center. These are the standard 22-inch Cadillac wheels, and these are running the Michelin Defenders, and they are a 285/45/22. They ride real nice, not a lot of highway noise, and they handle really well in the rain so far for what I've noticed. Okay, so today we've been on the highway for probably about 200 miles. Been running about 78 miles an hour. I'm gonna let y'all look at the average on this. This car, of course, is a 6.2 liter. It does kick between the V4 and the V8 a little bit at 78, but it does a lot better at 70. It will transition at 75 some. I know I did a Tahoe with the 5.3, so you can kind of see the difference in the fuel mileage. I think the 6.2 is actually pretty competitive with it. Maybe 2 miles to the gallon difference is kind of what I'm seeing overall average, you know. But that was a four-wheel drive Tahoe, and this is a four-wheel drive Escalade, so it's a little bit heavier. It has a little more weight because of the package on it. This is the Escalade Platinum, so incomparable to 5.3. I'm not sure that there's a lot of fuel savings. So I'm going to take the phone and I'm going to show you all the average and on the dash, and then we'll look at the then I'll bump it back down to 75, 74, let y'all see some of that, and see how it kicks between V4 and V8. So the handling on this car, the steering is I guess it's about medium. It's not real tight, it's not real loose, but it feels just right for, just really nice driving. If you move it to sport mode, the steering does tighten up and the suspension gets a little tighter. It kind of has a little bit of that boat feel in tour mode. When you put it in sport, suspension gets a little stiffer. You can feel a little more bumps, but it actually takes a lot of the roll out when you're going around turns and stuff like that. So it does make a difference having the two settings on that. The 8-speed transmission seems to shift very well. The points feel very good. It's never really hunting for gears. Definitely an upgrade from the 6-speed that used to be out. But it's, I think now in the new ones, they have the 10-speed, which is even, I guess, a better upgrade. But for now, the one we have is an 8. It does really well. Like I said, handles really well. Pretty impressed with the mileage overall. It seems to, it maintains 20 to 22 on the highway at 70, 75 miles an hour. The worst I've seen is 18.5 if you're in a headwind, which we're kind of against the wind today. So pretty impressive numbers for the 6.2. And the transition, I guess, we had a 2015 Escalade, and this one's a year or two newer than that. But the transition in that old one, you could definitely feel the 4 to 8, when it would make the shifts. And I can tell you in this one, you do not feel the transitions at all in the powertrain. It's a smooth transition. It's almost non-existent. So we're gonna do a 0 to 75 at about 3/4 throttle. Okay, so I do have the adaptive cruise on. It may slow down and speed up a little bit from what you can see. But if you look there, we're showing 18.3 on an average, and that's been pretty consistent, running 78 miles an hour. Just depending on what traffic gets in front of me, it slows down a little bit. All right, we're pretty much on flat land right now at 75. There's the transition. Holding the V4 transition right now at 21.6, roughly 21. And then we got another overpass coming up, so it's going to transition back to the V8.